To me, leadership is
having resilience,
To set the course,
setting a path,
the same direction they want to go.
to create the vision,
to inspire others,
and empower,
empowering people to make their own decisions,
To grow
to speak up,
to do incredible things.
as you lead them.
understanding who you are, to me is leadership.
I love Rochester. I think we have a community that is open to entrepreneurs. We have a community that support one another, and we have a community that cares about the people who live here.
I think that Rochester is like this little gem of a city that exists in upstate New York. I feel very welcomed, and I feel very part of our business community.
I believe very heavily in developing talent, and I believe there's an immense amount, like an uncanny amount of raw talent here in Rochester. So to do really, really cool creative and to do incredible productions, I actually think it's the perfect market.
Hi, I'm Jill Niddle, and I'm the president and founder of JK Executive Strategies. JK Executive Strategies is an executive search firm, but really we've taken that executive word and expanded through really using words like leadership and professional level search firm now. I think one of my biggest strengths is my team. They know I'm not perfect, and they know that I show up every day and we all put our pants on the same way in the morning and we get to work, and they know who I am as a leader, and they know my heart and my head, and I think that that's probably, I would say, probably my strength.
Hi, I'm John Allen. I'm president of Allen Associates. We're a 75-year-old distribution company that was started by my grandparents. I believe one thing that I bring to the table is what you see is what you get. So for many of the people that I work with, they like that because they know that there's no hidden agenda. But on the flip side, when I'm firm, they know I'm firm. And I think as a result, it makes it easier for everybody that we work with to know where they stand, what they need to do, and how they need to deliver it.
Hi, I'm Lynette Nochen. I'm a private wealth advisor. We look at the comprehensive financial plan for our clients and help them achieve their goals and objectives. My small business style is actually self-leadership. I think it's important that we understand how we should lead ourselves before we could lead others. So everyone who joins my team goes through a self-leadership course because I want them to understand how I think.
Hi, my name is Jason Barrett, and I'm the president and master distiller at Black Button Distilling. We always talk about Black Button being a family. My wife handles payroll, my mother is the CFO, my father keeps the machines operational and running. And the employees, again, become a part of that family. I think it takes all of us to make something like this happen.
Sky Productions is an advertising and digital experience production company. We do a ton of everything from broadcast work to online work to augmented reality, virtual reality, and a lot of other crazy stuff. Kind of the advantage of being a young leader and starting a business at like 22 is that you have time on your side, and I know what mission I have, and I'm willing to put a timeline on it that is not at the sacrifice of something else. In our industry, most people's first reaction to the pandemic was to lay off or furlough or cut down their staff. Retaining my team the last year was one of my biggest accomplishments in business. I think looking at short game versus long game and kind of the nothing is impossible attitude, staying the course, plus whatever pivots we might have to do small to like stay alive is probably the better way to go. And I think that mindset is probably the everything about how we got through the last year.
I've been through 2 economic downturns previously. This was the time that I was in charge. We did work from home for a while. My team came back together earlier than a lot of other larger companies did because we were small. And that was a huge impact for all of us to be able to get back together because we're a pretty tight-knit team. And I'm so proud because our company grew 60% last year. And I think from a leadership perspective, when you can focus on the strategy and focus on taking care of leading with authenticity and leading with real transparency, it really shows in what your employees understand and how they give back.
We had to make a decision to ultimately lay off a whole bunch of people. And it was our first layoff ever in our history. And so, I didn't take it lightly, and I also didn't hand it off to anybody. It came out that the unemployment benefits, in many cases, were paying them more than they were making with us. So, at the end of the day, everybody that got laid off that was asked back came back, And it talks about the character of the people that work for our company.
I think our biggest accomplishment was to continue to serve our clients in the same way, even though it wasn't in person. We did a lot of virtual meetings, but my team always came into the office, and I kept them safe by using the right protocols, and we continued to grow the business. But we were able to rise above the challenges because I have a team that really wants us to succeed in delivering what we need to do, and they made that happen.
You know, when the governor called on businesses to voluntarily close, we took heed of that, mostly because our production process can't just be turned off overnight. It takes about a week to wind that down. And after that wind down, we unfortunately ended up furloughing the entire company. And 8 years to build it and 8 hours to watch it all walk away. And that was just emotionally very difficult. 4 days later, when the FDA put out the emergency hand sanitizer authorization, we jumped on a chance to call everybody back to work. 2 weeks after we had started that, we were not only had everyone back to work, but we were now hiring. When we announced that we had 5,000 bottles, they were gone within an hour, and it became clear that we needed to make this at a massive, massive scale. So for perspective, Black Button Distilling makes 1,000 bottles a day, 4 days a week. There's 2 bottles of vodka in each bottle of hand sanitizer, so now we are really equipped to make about 500 bottles a day. At our peak in late June of 2020, we were making 17,000 bottles per day, 6 days a week. I mean, I think it's not only our greatest accomplishment for 2020, but probably in my career life to date.
Resiliency has always been a part of who I am. I feel that that's a strength that I was able to use during the pandemic, is asking the question, how do we keep doing what we're doing?
Listen, in life, you're going to get knocked down. You got to get back up. If you don't get back up, then it's over. In our case, I have to honestly say, I feel sort of odd saying it, but our company is stronger because of a pandemic.
Being resilient is resisting temptation of a limiting belief. That's all resilient is. I just don't believe that anything is impossible.